to go. There's the new player for Geelong, 16, West. And there's the knock. A kick off the ground. Doesn't go very far. Edwards tries to pick it up, and I think Edwards of Hawthorn is going to receive the free. He does. Runs on, drives down towards the forward pocket. No hope for Bernie Smith to get this one. Gary Young and Laird fighting it out. Gary Young gets his hands to it. Pick a punch to Cabble of Hawthorn. Cabble drives towards goal, and almost a mark there taken by Kaine on the point post, but out of bounds is signalled by the goal umpire, and the ball is thrown in right in front of the old stand in front of Hawthorn's goal. Simmonds in possession, can't do much with it. Handballs and a kick there, hurried kick by Hawthorn, puts it into the other pocket, about 5 yards from goal. Now there's Kennedy, gets the knock right into the goal square. Bernie Smith coming through, kicks off the ground, and now Byron of Geelong comes away, drives up towards the centre. A chance here for Geelong as Rayson comes in, transfers play across onto the other wing, and it's Alf Hughes of Hawthorn, played remarkably well today, drives down towards their forward pocket, but a lovely mark taken in defence by Haygarth of Geelong. Now Haygarth right in front of the Hawthorn stand, kicks along the road wing here, back fly, nobody can mark it, a chance for Kaine, flips it out the back. Little Faulkner comes in, drives down towards goal, 30 yards from goal, the pack rises, nobody can mark it, and a kick off the ground. There have been plenty of those today, and the ball is out of bounds about 50 yards from Hawthorn's goal, right in front of the stand. There's the knock, Shelton trying to pick it up, kicks it off the ground though, and very close to the line. Faulkner gets his hands to it, bounces, it's still in play, but it stacks on the mill, and although it wasn't out of bounds, umpire Nash had decided on a throw-in. There's the knock to Kennedy, goes to O'Brien. Haygarth coming in, gets his foot to it, drives into the centre of the ground. Nobody can mark it until Bullen comes in for Geelong, transfers it out onto Geelong's half-forward line, and now there's a race for the ball here. And Geelong have a chance with Rayson in possession. Turns, drives towards Willer at full forward, but Gent coming away. Over to the centre-half back now, drives across the centre of the ground, down towards Hawthorn's centre-half forward line, and nobody goes for the mark except Bernie Smith, who stands down and takes it on his chest at centre-half forward for Hawthorn. Bernie Smith came up out of the pocket. Oh, it's not a good kick, and the ball's getting very heavy now. There's a chance for Kennedy at half-forward, drives down towards Kaine of Hawthorn, and it's a lovely kick by Kaine right into the goal square, and a chance for Cabble. Cabble comes in off the back of the hands of the pack, and it's a goal, and the Ballarat scoreboard reads Hawthorn 10 goals, 15, 75 points to Geelong 7 goals, 6, 48 points.
The whispers all over Melbourne. The Ballarat Brewery is producing magnificent beer. If you're keen on beer, good beer, then you must give it a go. Try a bottle of Ballarat Bitter today.
Thanks, Tom. That'll save my voice a little. And now here we are back in the centre of the ground. Another knock kick by Kennedy. Transfers it across to Simmonds. Simmonds drives down towards half forward. And it's Kaine who rises for Hawthorn. Now Kaine would be about 45 to 50 yards from goal on the grandstand side of the ground. He's going for the long kick, I feel sure. There it is. It's a long kick down in the direction of the point post. But a punch out of the pack by Jeff Williams of Geelong, and the ball is out of bounds about 5-6 yards from the behind post that Hawthorn's scoring in. 10-15 Hawthorn, 75 points, 7-6 Geelong, 48 points on the Ballarat scoreboard, and a knock by Big Kennedy, transfers play across to Kaine once more, a kick off the ground, and the ball goes out of bounds on the other side of the goal post. Very close to goal. And here's Kennedy and Long contesting this one. It's Long who gets the knock, though. And anybody could get this one. Long comes out of it again. But Simmonds picks it up, turns, drives towards goal, and it's through. Another goal to Hawthorn. 11-15, 81 points to Geelong. 7 goals, 6, 48 points on the Ballarat scoreboard.
Now here's a challenge to the man who goes for good beer. Make a glass for comparison between today's wonderful Ballarat Bitter and any other brand you like to name.
Well, there have been 2 good goals by Hawthorn. And that's the finish of it, I think, as far as Geelong are concerned. 5-3 behind, and it hasn't been past the centre line as far as Geelong are concerned towards their goal. And now here we are at centre half forward. Simmonds gets in a solid bump, drives down towards full forward. The pack rises. Nobody can mark it until Shelton comes through, but it's Byron of Geelong comes away, transfers play across to his teammate there, West, the new player, on the centre wing position. He drives up. And the mark taken, I thought it was taken by Herbert, but it was called play on. Now the ball in the centre wing position. Nobody can pick it up as yet. Borwick gets possession, transfers it across to West. West caught, but a kick off the ground by Borwick, very close to the line. And a kick by Kaine of Hawthorn puts the ball out of bounds right on the centre wing position on the road side of the ground. We have the two sides here, the railway side and the road side. Now here's the pack rising. Kennedy there in the thick of things. And Young is to get the kick. And Fire Nash there awarded the kick to Murray Young of Hawthorn. On the centre wing position, drives down towards half forward. The pack rises. And he's going to pay the mark to Hetherington of Geelong. Hetherington of Geelong in front of his opposite number 40, Shelton of Hawthorne. Now here's Hetherington. The kick only travelling about 40 yards in these wet conditions. The pack rises. Nobody can mark it. Borwick was in possession, lost it. A chance for Cabble. Handballs across to Kennedy, but Kennedy loses it. And a kick off the ground there. Out towards the wing sees O'Brien and Haygarth contesting that one. Only about just a drop over the top of our little box where we're perched up. There's the throw. Chance for McGuinness. McGuinness gets the foot to it. Cabble picks up. Handballs across the rope. Hughes, this is good football. Hughes drives down to the forward pocket for Hawthorn. Nobody can mark it. And it's forced out of bounds. Between half forward and forward pocket in front of the grandstand at Hawthorn scoring in. Herbert couldn't do much with that one. Picked up off the ground there by Kennedy. Kennedy plays into the man on the mark, but Cabble it is who picks up, gets his kick, drives towards goal, and this could be in if Simmonds doesn't touch it. He did though, and it's rushed through for 1 point. If Simmonds hadn't have attempted to mark that, I think it might have sneaked through. That's another point to Hawthorn. 11 goals, 16, 82 points to Geelong. 7 goals, 6, 48 points. And there's Laird, the fullback for Geelong, kicking off. And I think the mark is going to be paid out there to Edwards of Hawthorn. He drives back towards full forward. Young rises, can't mark it. Here's a chance for Simmonds. Simmonds can't pick it up either and gets an ease over in the middle of the back, and it stacks on the mill. I think umpire Nash is going to bounce it. Right in the goal square. Here's the bounce now. Here it is. Kennedy must get the knock, but can't do much with it until Rice of Geelong comes away, but only to find Falconer there. He drives back towards goal, goes across goal. A chance now here for Williams to clear, but he can't do much with it. Arthur's in possession. He handballs across, looking for Simmonds, but Jeff Williams it is who clears, and it's out of bounds on the half-forward line, Hawthorn's half-forward line on the railway side of the ground. The score, Ballarat scoreboard reading Hawthorn 11-16, 82 points. Geelong 7 goals, 6, 48 points. With the ball in the goal square now. Oh, that was a throw, but he didn't see it. Allows Haygarth to come in and drive out towards the railway side of the ground. And Nichols overran the ball there. A chance here for Rice of Geelong. Drives into the centre of the ground, only to find Murray Young there. Murray Young transfers play back, looking for Shelton, and he finds him at centre half forward. A lovely mark by Shelton. Didn't get off the ground very far, but it was a touchy mark because that ball's very wet. Now Shelton's at centre half forward, about 45 yards from goal. Here's his kick directly in front, travelling well down, and it's a goal. The crowd there roared so noisily that I thought it must have been a goal. Only 1 point, and that's another one to Hawthorn. 11 goals, 17 now, 83 points to Geelong, 7 goals, 6, 48 points. The kick-off by Laird is marked by Kennedy of Hawthorn in front of Byron of Geelong. Now Kennedy is out there on the railway side of the ground, about 50 yards from goal on the half-forward line for Hawthorn. Here's his kick, drives it back towards that goal, and it's Gary Young of Hawthorn, playing very well, Gary Young today under these conditions, who takes the mark. Now he's on the railway side of the ground. It's an angle shot. Here he comes. And it's through. A goal to Gary Young. Pardon me. And the Ballarat scoreboard now reads Hawthorn 12 goals, 17, 89 points. Leading Geelong 7 goals, 6, 48 points.
If you're a fair-minded man, you like good beer, right? Then try this test tonight. Pour a long, cold glass of Ballarat and a glass of any other brand. Then compare them. It's all over the hotel trade. Ballarat is making better beer.
And it's all over here, you could say, too, Tom. And now we're going to see Geelong pass the centre line for the first time in this quarter. Herbert, originally stationed at centre half forward, is now on the ball, and he's got a free kick from the bounce, drives down towards centre half forward. All the pack rises, and he's in the back there to Rayson of Geelong, and Rayson at centre half forward is to take the free kick. A little bit of a limp there too. That was Bullen, not Rayson. I'm sorry. And from Bullen's kick, Kennedy marks in defence, 10 yards from goal. Now Kennedy's kick, not a very long one, but it's good enough to find Woodley at centre half back for Hawthorn. Now Hawthorn, Woodley waving the long kick, drives down, it goes over the centre of the ground towards centre half forward for Hawthorn, but Hetherington is in front of Shelton and pulls down a very nice mark. Now he transfers play out onto the half-forward line on the railway side of the ground. Nobody can mark it. A kick off the ground there by O'Brien, has transferred play out in the direction of the half-forward line for Hawthorn. And that's the first mistake Bernie Smith made today as he cannoned into the back of Simmonds. Now Simmonds drives up towards goal. Oh! And I think that's a free kick there against O'Brien of Hawthorn. And Laird, the fullback for Geelong, is to take the free kick, about 40 yards from goal. There's Laird's kick, up towards the centre wing position. And Murray Young playing on, kicks off the ground, transfers it across onto the roadside of the ground. Haygarth and a little Cabble here, battling it out. Faulkner in possession, and I think umpire Nash is going to ball this one. Going to ball it up. Very nearly on the centre wing position, perhaps favouring Hawthorn's half-forward line a little. There's the knock by Young, over into the centre half-forward position. O'Brien gets possession, loses it. Simmonds trying to pick it up, and it stacks on the mill with Trezise, I think, in charge of the ball, and umpire Nash is going to ball it up centre half-forward for Hawthorn. And now here's Simmonds dashing through. Gets the right foot to it. But only 1 point in the Ballarat scoreboard. Now reads Hawthorn 12 goals, 18, 90 points. To Geelong 7 goals, 6 to 48 points. Well, there's no doubt about it. Geelong have died, but Hawthorn are coming back with that fanatical zest that we saw last Saturday on the MCG when they defeated Melbourne. They're not letting up. They're getting all the practice they can in playing in wet conditions, just in case things are took in the finals, because I think it's a certainty we are going to see them there. And now, there's a chance for Geelong as Bullen picks up, drives down towards the forward pocket. A chance for Herbert. Herbert picks up, drives towards goal, and the ball is very close to goal with the Rice running in. Chance for Hughes to pick up, or Genta rather, but out of bounds, forced out of bounds by Gent at Geelong scoring end, about 20 yards from goal on the roadside of the ground. And now here's Crane handballing across to Hughes, but Hughes can't pick it up, allows West to come in for Geelong. His kick towards goal is touched by Kennedy going through, and that takes the Ballarat scoreboard on to Hawthorn 12 goals, 18, 90 points. Geelong 7 goals, 7, 49 points. And they've been playing for how long, Tom? 15 minutes. Now here's Gent, Hawthorn full-back, going straight down the centre this time, and Woodley marks on his own. Nobody contested it with him, able to mark on his chest. That centre half-back for Hawthorn. Now there's his kick, just over the centre of the ground. Williams at the back of the pack. Gets possession, but can't do very much with it. Handballs across, and the Faulkner he balks there, gets slung around the neck, but is able to play on. And a lovely mark. Oh, no, I thought it was a lovely mark by Young, but play on was called. Kaine gets possession, drives across goal, and it goes out of bounds about 5-6 yards from the point post on the railway side of the ground. Hawthorn 12 goals, 18, 90 points. Geelong 7 goals, 7, 49 points on the Ballarat scoreboard as Bernie Smith comes in, drives up to centre half back for Geelong, and Geelong are able to mark there by Byron. Those numbers are getting a little bit dirty now. It's hard to pick them up. A kick off the ground by Kaine. Transfers play out towards Edwards on the centre wing position, and I think Edwards of Hawthorn is to take the free kick out there on the railway side of the ground. Right on the centre wing position. No doubt about it. He's right in his perfect position as far as placement is concerned. Edwards trying the drop punt. Transfers it down to half forward for Hawthorn, but Bernie Smith is there. Hooks it around, back towards the centre wing position, and a lovely mark taken out there for Geelong by Nichols. His kick over the top of Kennedy and Herbert, and out of bounds on the railway side of the ground at half forward for Geelong. Ballarat scoreboard reading 12 goals, 18, 90 points. Hawthorn 7 goals, 7 for Geelong. And there's Kennedy's kick, not a good one, halfway up the embankment towards the railway line. The Hawthorn supporters are chanting that they want somebody. I don't know who it is. And here we are. Here's Yeomans come onto the ground, and I wouldn't be surprised. I can't quite pick who it is that's gone off for Hawthorn at the moment. We'll tell you who that is later. Arthur, I think, has gone off, and Yeomans is in the thick of things the moment he comes on. Gets possession, loses it though, and here's a chance. A kick off the ground by Williams. Good football by Yeomans. Transfers it across to Hetherington, but he can't mark it. And Hetherington, I think, was caught in possession there, but umpire Nash is going to bounce it up. He's going to ball this one up about 30 yards from Hawthorn's goal. Right in front of the grandstand. A nice knock by Woodley, but Long of Geelong comes in and transfers the ball up to the centre wing position, and here we have Bullen of Geelong turns, looking for his teammate Rice, but Alf Hughes is in the way for Hawthorn. His kick, a drop punt into the centre of the ground, and he finds Yeomans, I think, but Yeomans has got to pick it up first. He does. Handballs across to Edwards. Edwards drives down over centre half forward, and I thought that possibly Hetherington would have marked that, but a kick off the ground by Simmonds. Transfers play right out in front of the member stand, and they're very annoyed with that. They consider that Trezise kicked that one out on purpose. Pardon me. Well, there's been a lot of that today, and so we couldn't decide really whether it was intentional or not. Yeomans handballs across to Murray Young. Murray Young gets the right foot to it, drives down to the forward pocket, and Bernie Smith, you'd think it was a skating rink down there. Bernie Smith slid about 4 yards on his back. And I think it's Bernie Smith. He must have been pushed. Oh, the Hawthorn crowd don't like it very much. But Bernie Smith is to take the free kick in the back pocket for Geelong. Now, I notice Hinks is on for Hawthorn, and I don't know who the player is that's gone off. From the kick there, Woodley's in possession, turns, drives towards goal, but it's out of bounds, just near the point post at Hawthorn scoring end once more. Kaine came off, and Hinks went on. Only about 8 or 9 minutes to play. chance for Simmonds there, but it stacks on the mill until Gary Young, I think, comes out of the pack. Or was it Shelton, Tom? Gary Young it was. I thought he popped that one through, but it was only a point. And now that takes Hawthorn on to 12 goals, 91 points to Geelong, 7 goals, 49 points on the Ballarat scoreboard. I'm sorry, viewers, that we haven't anything more entertaining to show you, and particularly you people down at Geelong, but the Geelong boys haven't quite been able to find their feet today, and Hawthorn are applying the pressure in these last few minutes of the game. And now, here's O'Brien in possession. Handball, but to no avail. Kicks off the ground, plenty of them. And now the ball at full forward for Hawthorn. Trezise picks up, turns, gets his left foot to it, drives it straight out in front of the members' stand. And I think, no, kept in play there, and oh! And Faulkner, you could see that, held on the leg by his opponent, West of Geelong. Faulkner playing in an unusual Guernsey today. It's not his right number. He's listed as 5 there, but actually his number should be 36. And it's Gary Young of Hawthorn there, full forward, who is proving himself quite an able player. Came into the game just a few weeks ago and took over from Ingersoll at full forward, and he's doing a very, very good job. Played well at Melbourne last week, and here he has a chance to add another goal to his tally and Hawthorn's also. And it's through. It's a goal to Hawthorn, and the Ballarat scoreboard now reads Hawthorn 13-19, 97 points to Geelong 7 goals, 49 points.
Hotel men all through Victoria are talking about today's wonderful brews from Ballarat. You can prove how good they are. Buy a bottle or two and compare them tonight.
Yes, I think the Hawthorn boys will have a couple of Ballarats after this, Tom.
I will.
And here's the bounce. Woodley gets the knock, finds Hetherington in the way, though, of Geelong. He drives back towards centre-half forward for Geelong. But Alf Hughes was there, couldn't quite pick it up and dispose of it. Hinks chasing after this one. Edwards too. Edwards picks it up. Oh, falls over though, and I think a free kick is going to go against Hinks. To the Geelong player. I think it's Bullen again. Bullen of Geelong out there on the half-forward line. Runs in, kicks towards goal, about 15 yards from goal, but not marked by anybody, and Hawthorn were able to get their boot to it, and they kicked out towards the railway line. It didn't go very far, but Geelong are still in it as Herbert picks up, turns towards goal, drives into the goal square, but it comes off a boot there and out of bounds about 5 or 6 yards from the point post of Geelong scoring into the ground. Hasn't been up there very often today. And now, here's a chance if anybody can pick it up. And Hawthorn have cleared it, but I think the free kick will go once more to Bullen. Another free kick to Bullen. Now Bullen's about 45 to 50 yards from goal, but this ball's very heavy. There's the kick. It's a lovely kick. Travelling up towards goal, but Woodley of Hawthorn is there, and it's Woodley who marks in defence for Hawthorn. The player on his mark. I thought it was Jeff Williams for a moment. Now back towards centre-half forward for Geelong. Oh, and I think umpire Nash must call it up. With 24, Herbert. Kennedy's going to get the knock. And here's a chance for Geelong here. O'Connell's come on for Geelong. I couldn't tell you who's gone off at the moment. But a free kick here to Edwards of Hawthorn on the centre wing position. There's the drop punt again. It's quite a good one. Pack rises, and I think the mark taken for Geelong by Hetherington. Quite early, this fellow's taken quite a few good marks in this second half. Now his kick goes along towards the half-forward line on the railway side of the ground, but nothing can be done with it by Geelong. It's forced out of bounds. The knock by Kennedy, and here's a chance for Hawthorn once more. Handball there by O'Brien, but it doesn't come off. And now here's Haygarth coming in, gets his kick, but kicks into the man on the mark. And here's Shelton of Hawthorn. Good handball across to Faulkner. Faulkner tries to handball back, and a good knock, solid knock by Hetherington, unseats a player there until Murray Young comes back, looking for Shelton, and finds him. Finds Shelton. It's quite a long way from goal. He's going to play towards Kennedy, but Kennedy falls over, allowing Jeff Williams to come in, gets his kick to it, drives out onto the half-forward line for Hawthorn. Murray Young takes the ball, transfers it to Kaine. Kaine drives towards goal, and if it wasn't touched, it's through for full points. A great goal by Kaine. Great play by Murray Young, though, as Kaine came through. Now Hawthorn, 14 goals, 19, 103 points to Geelong, 7 goals, 7, 49 points on the Ballarat scoreboard.
Enjoying the telecast? Then round off the evening too with a cold, clear, sparkling bottle of Ballarat Bitter or Royal Standard Lager. It's the same beer that's being shipped now to New York City in Australia's first big consignment.
And now here we are. From that goal, there's a free kick to Rice of Geelong from the bounce, and Murray Young, the Hawthorn ruckman, is down there in the mud, not feeling too well, I don't think. A chance for Woodley to come through. Handballs across to Kennedy, but his kick is smothered somewhat. Borick kicks off the ground towards half-forward for Geelong. Here's Alf Hughes coming in, but I think it's over the line and out of bounds on Geelong's half-forward line. Yes, I think they're getting Murray Young up there. And now here's West coming in for Geelong, driving towards the pocket. Picked up by Wooler. Wooler drives towards goal, and it comes off the back of the pack, and there's a chance here for Long. Long is upset there a little bit by a solid bump, and Hawthorn are battling hard there to try and clear this one. I think they're going to succeed too. Driving along, they've transferred it down to the half-forward line, and good play there by Gent of Hawthorn. Drives the ball out of danger towards the centre wing position on the railway side of the ground. Now, I didn't see Murray Young get up there, Tom. He did get up after a little dose of smelling salts. And now here's the ball at centre half forward for Geelong. Picked up by Byron. He drives down towards goal, and Wooler, but Alf Hughes is there. Couldn't mark it, though. Kicked by Woodley, but it stacks on the mill. Transferred out, though, to Rayson. Rayson gets his foot to it, drives towards goal, and it's a good goal kicked by Rayson. That's another goal to Geelong. 8 goals, 7 now. 55 points, trailing Hawthorn, 14 goals, 19, 103 points on the Ballarat scoreboard.
The whispers all over Melbourne. The Ballarat Brewery is producing magnificent beer. If you're keen on beer, good beer, then you must give it a go. Buy a bottle of Ballarat Bitter today.
Thanks, Tom. And now back in the centre from the bounce. It's a kick off the ground by Kennedy. Going towards goal. Picked up by Williams. His kick is marked by little Faulkner, the winger of Hawthorn. He was looking for Shelton, but Hetherington moved in there and sharked the mark of Hetherington, off Shelton. Now, Shelton's kick in the direction of the centre wing position. O'Connell, the player for Geelong. Oh, that's play on. That wasn't 10 yards. And from the kick by Haygarth, the ball has gone out of bounds on the centre wing position on the road side of the ground. And they've been playing some for, well, we're into the time-on period. Playing for 29 minutes. And here's a chance for West again of Geelong. Gets his kick, drives over centre half forward. But a kick off the ground has rebounded there. And Geelong have a chance with Bullen. But Woodley playing solidly there. Drove the ball out onto the half-back line for Hawthorn. And there's the bell. With Geelong in attack, there's the bell. And Hawthorn, easy victors. Hawthorn, 14 goals, 19, 103 points. To Geelong, 8 goals, 7, 55 points on our Ballarat scoreboard. And now, the crowd swarming onto the ground. Congratulate the Hawthorn players. There's a great fever of excitement out here at Hawthorn because they feel that now, for the first time for many a long year, they have a chance of contesting those finals this year on the MCG. And after the two performances that I've seen them turn on last week against Melbourne, of how the game went. Thank you.